Ladies and gentlemen, this is our 17th, I'm just here for background, it's our 17th annual Cool Down St. Louis, Ameren, Missouri, Save Our Seniors. And it's a holistic approach with utilities as well as ACs for those who qualify. But I wanted to do something right now in a moment of silence for a friend who was here last year with us, and a moment of silence for the St. Louis County young lady by the name of Cora Faith Walker. And she was very supportive of Cool Down St. Louis and Heat Up St. Louis. And she was right in that spot. And she was always willing to help us and willing to listen to us and willing to be the go-between between us and government. And sometimes government, as you all know, more so in certain parts of the region, they put, I don't think they mean to, but and federal government's the same way. They like to put obstacles in the way, so it's very difficult to help people. But she is that one of that wonderful angels who helped us through a lot in St. Louis County, and we miss her. A moment of silence, please. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. As Gentry said, this was our 17th annual event partnering with Cool Down St. Louis and helping the Save Our Seniors project. We have a number of ACs to give away today, along with other things that our guests will be speaking about. I am very proud and honored to welcome all of you here today. So without further ado, I want to welcome our president and chairman of Ameren, Missouri, Mark Burke.
Thank you, Tara. Hello and welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us for a summer tradition that saves lives. Let's get right into it. We are approaching triple digits today. It's very warm out there, as you all know, and really highlights the importance of the work we're doing today. There are three key things that I want people to know. First, run your air conditioners to stay safe in this hot weather. It generally costs you a few dollars, but it can really save not only you, but your families. If you need help paying your energy bill, reach out to us or Cool Down St. Louis. Energy assistance is available for families with a wide variety of incomes and financial situations. And the third thing I want to point out, and this is important, you may have heard of potential issues with the grid, and I'm here to tell you today that we have enough energy to cover our customers' energy needs. At Ameren, Missouri, one thing that we focus on is ensuring that we operate well and that we operate sustainable. And we've been working for months to make sure we're prepared for this type of heat. And our system is in good situation, and we would encourage people to continue to run your air conditioners and stay safe. Now for some introductions. We are honored to have St. Louis Mayor Tashara Jones in attendance today. This year, thank you. This year she is serving as the honorary chair for the Cool Down St. Louis Board. Mayor Jones, thank you for being here. I would also like to thank all the Ameren team members who are volunteered today for this special annual event. As Tara said, this has been going on for 17 years. In Ameren, Missouri's partnership with Cool Down this year, we are proud sponsors to continue to do this important work. Today we are excited to announce that Ameren, Missouri is donating 850 energy-efficient window air conditioners to Cool Down, Missouri and Cool Down, St. Louis. Thank you. And in that same spirit of giving, Ameren, Missouri is also donating $200,000 in energy assistance funds to help support Cool Down St. Louis and the clients they serve. Thank you. What do you want me to do? Hold it? There are multiple ways we can help to keep each other safe. We encourage the public to donate, which will help elderly neighbors receive their energy assistance. We also have the option to buy an AC in their name, as today's supplies will eventually be depleted. If you have a vulnerable neighbor, please check in on them this week and throughout the summer. We also encourage you to visit amerenmissouri.com health and safety to learn more about available resources, from the Medical Equipment Registry to the Caring Contact Program. There are additional safeguards available to help support our seniors and customers with disabilities. Together, we can help take care of our neighbors and keep them cool and safe this summer. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Reverend Earl Nance Jr., Corporate Treasurer of Heat Up, Cool Down, St. Louis. Baby, it's truly hot outside. Repeat after me. Baby, it's truly hot outside. Baby, it's truly hot outside. All right, I think we got it. And unfortunately, too hot for many families, seniors, and those with disabilities. They all are making tougher choices between their mortgage, rent, groceries, meds, and now the gas pump. This is our 17th summer SOS cooling and utility project with Ameren, Missouri. We started with Richard Mark, then Michael, then Marty, and now Mark Burke. A lot has changed, but what has not changed is our steadfast partnership and who benefits the Ameren customers. So before I introduce our honorary board chair, let me remind you, if you are in need of utility assistance throughout the St. Louis region, visit us at cooldowstlouis.org and fill out an application or drop by one of our 3 outreach sites, 2 located at Urban League sites, or use our regional hotline at 314-241-0001. We've had it for 22 years. That's 314-241-0001. And now, it gives me great pride and pleasure to introduce the first African-American woman mayor of the city of St. Louis, a woman of integrity, of dedication, who grew up in this city and loves this city and hit the ground running, working hard to improve our city. And she will work hard and work with others who want to work with her to do just that. Our mayor, Tashara Jones.
Hi, good morning, and thank you, Reverend Nance, for that introduction. I'm glad to be here with you today to continue the important work of keeping our city cool and safe this summer. I don't need to tell any of you in this room today, as Reverend Nance already said, it is hot in here and it is hot this week. And I want to make sure that we're all on the same page about what we need to do to stay safe as temperatures rise above 100 degrees. Heat exhaustion and heat stroke are real threats in this weather, and a few words of advice for St. Louisans I want to emphasize today. Limit your outdoor activities, and if you have to be outside, take breaks, drink plenty of water, avoid sugary drinks or soft drinks or sodas that can dehydrate you. Never leave children, the elderly, or pets in a parked car, not even for a few minutes. Check on your neighbors who may be in need of help. And sign up for Notify STL for text alerts for important updates at stlouis-mo.gov/notifystl. There are also more than a dozen cooling centers available across the city, and we're opening another cooling center with our partners at City Hope at Asbury United Methodist Church today through Saturday from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. as a hydration and cooling site. All of this information and other tips and tricks to beat the heat can be found on our city's website at stlouis-mo.gov/summer. With temperatures on the rise, it's important to have a regional, solid, holistic approach, and Heat Up, Cool Down St. Louis plays a critical role in keeping our region safe during extreme weather. For over 22 years, CoolDownStLouis.org has been a key regional leadership component of bringing organizations together with resources that significantly benefit the welfare of the public. We'd like to thank Ameren for donating 850 energy-efficient, brand-new air conditioners to Cool Down St. Louis this year. Cool Down's partners will deliver these to qualified seniors and the physically disabled so that they can have a cooler, healthier summer and a safer summer as well. Thanks to Cool Down's Save Our Seniors summer program, say that 5 times fast, seniors susceptible to heat-related illness can keep their air conditioning running this summer, and the SOS program will use available funds to reduce the cost of energy bills. Thank you to all of our partners who are contributing to help families take care of their utility bills, because they will get high this summer and Ameren's gonna make a lot of money. We're also pleased to work with Cool Down St. Louis and Ameren to offer support for utility assistance. This will not only aid our seniors, but will assist our low to moderate income neighbors who qualify. If you know someone who is in need of energy assistance, please go to CoolDownStLouis.org for an application or call 314-241-0001. They're also encouraging donations of brand new energy efficient air conditioners and will provide you a tax-deductible donation. I want to thank the Reverend Earl E. Nance Jr., my former pastor and the man who baptized me, and who's our chair emeritus and treasurer, and all of our board members, Ameren officials and volunteers, St. Louis firefighters, our fire chief, the Department of Health, and many, many more who come together to protect our senior community each summer, especially during heat waves like this. And thank you to the more than 30 SOS partner organizations like the Urban League of Metropolitan St. Louis, Northeast Community Action Corporation, the Community Action Agency of St. Louis County, the Salvation Army, there's too many here to name, Gentry, the Society of St. Vincent de Paul, working alongside us to help St. Louisans beat the heat. Thank you all, God bless you, and please remember to stay safe and stay cool this summer. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Our next speaker really needs no introduction. Many of you will recognize him from all of the great things that he does in our community, him and his organization, the Urban League. But let me formally introduce Michael P. Mcmillan, the President and CEO of the Urban League of Metropolitan St. Louis. Michael?
Good morning. It is always a pleasure to be at Ameren. I want to thank the president of Ameren, Missouri, and all of the team members, because the work that you do in the community should never be taken for granted. Ameren is one of the most charitable, civic, and involved companies in this entire country, not just in St. Louis. When you look at the amount of funds that you contribute for the betterment of St. Louis and what you do as employees, giving of your time, your talent, and your treasure. So please give yourselves a big round of applause and thanks for the tremendous commitment that you have to St. Louis. I also want to take a moment and thank our members of the media that are here today, because they work with Gentry to get the message out to the community in a way that no other not-for-profit in St. Louis is able to do, based on his perseverance, his commitment, his passion for what he does. And when I talk about Heat Up, Cool Down across this country, all of the other urban leagues are jealous, and they wish that they had a Heat Up, Cool Down in St. Louis under the leadership of Gentry. So Gentry, we're looking to duplicate you all over the urban league world. But let us give Gentry a big round of applause and thanks for what he does each and every day. And let me just give you one example of how all of the member agencies in the Urban League work to implement what you are doing with us today. Literally last night when I got back from the NAACP banquet, a former employee of the city of St. Louis who has cancer, who cannot work and is on disability, sent me a message and said, Mike, can I get one of those air conditioners because the second air conditioning unit in my house broke down and it is too hot for me now. Can I please get one at your Jennings Center? That is the kind of person that you are helping to live at least the decent quality of life that we all deserve. Someone who was working and by no fault of her own ended up with cancer, couldn't work, and is on disability. So what you are doing is literally saving lives. Thank you, and God bless you on behalf of all of the member agencies. We appreciate your generosity and your partnership.
Mike is also a fellow member of our Cool Down Executive Board, so I just want to thank you for your service there as well. So next we have our meteorologists with us today that are each going to speak, and this event just wouldn't be the same without them. It's always an honor and a privilege to get to introduce them as well. So first we're going to start off with Fox 2's Chief Meteorologist, Glenn Zimmerman. Thank you.
Thanks for the woo, that was nice. Also, let me introduce meteorologist Lynn Trung, who's on Fox 2 News in the morning, and meteorologist John Fuller with KPLR 11. He's the chief meteorologist for KPLR 11. I'm just merely Glenn Zimmerman. Yes, absolutely. There's a Justin Timberlake song a few years ago, I'm bringing sexy back. Today, I'm bringing sweaty back. So, just full disclosure there. Just wanted to let you know that the science is real on warming in St. Louis particularly. Summers are getting hotter, summers are getting more extreme, and heat waves are getting longer. We see that through climate data. We see that as the temperatures increase each summer. So the work that Ameren is doing here is essential, and essential not just for a large metropolitan area. The science tells us that the urban heat island is at times 5 to 10 degrees warmer than surrounding counties and communities. And there's not much cooling happening in the urban core at night. So with that warm start in the morning, and Lynn will tell you this, when you get temperatures that are only as cool as 79 or 80 degrees in the mornings, that means we get a jump start on the warm-up. That's what's kind of happening today when we could see that triple-digit heat. So it's essential what Ameren is doing here. I have a brother that's worked for Ameren longer than I've been at Fox 2. So he's been with Ameren for decades. I feel like Ameren is part of my family, and I feel like I'm part of the Ameren family. So it is great to be here. And thank you for letting us speak, and take it easy in that afternoon heat.
Thank you very much. Next up, we have KMOV Channel 4's meteorologist, Kent Earhart and Leah Hill. Thank you.
Thank you. Leah is less than half my age. And so we're going from one extreme to the other in our group. Having just turned 65 last year, saving seniors is suddenly very important to me. But it's particularly satisfying to know that we're at least a little cog in this big wheel that is helping people, and to see it happening year after year. Leah has a lot of experience in Oklahoma. She knows hot, humid weather and storms and every other challenge that Ameren has to deal with. But it's just great to partner with all of our other media partners and everybody up here every year, and know that this is a program that actually works and is doing good and is saving lives, and it's very important. So we certainly appreciate being a little part of it. Thanks for having us here today.
Okay, and last but certainly not least, we certainly have Channel 5's Chief Meteorologist, Scott Connell. And I want to mention that something else that the meteorologists do to support Cool Down St. Louis, Heat Up St. Louis throughout the year is they join us at the annual Rise and Shine event each February, where a lot of money is donated to support those in need throughout the communities that we serve. And these meteorologists are there right along with us at the Hardee's, starting bright and early, 5 a.m. every morning, bringing awareness and publicity and getting those donations out there for us. So I certainly want to thank them for their help with that event as well. And at the same time, welcome Scott, who was with me this year at Hardee's, bright and early. Scott Connell, please come up.
Thank you. This is a bottle of water. Seems so simple, but at this point, this becomes something that's life-saving to go along with the overarching effects of what we're dealing with this heat. You know, you look back in 1980, and St. Louis had a tremendous heat wave, and a lot of people died back in 1980. And Operation Weather Survival was developed by the government and agencies to step in and try to see what we could do, see what could happen, see what needs to be done to prevent people from dying because of excessive heat. You fast forward into the 1990s, Chicago and Philadelphia had big heat waves. They looked to St. Louis because St. Louis had already established, had something going to try to address the heat. Let's fast forward to about 20 years ago. Gentry comes along and says, we got to do something with the heat. We've got to do something about cool down St. Louis and heat up St. Louis. We got to keep our seniors safe. That first giveaway for air conditioners 17 years ago, I think that was in a bright sunny parking lot right off Manchester Road, and it was on a day much like today when it was very hot. That began something that is continuing today, expanded, and it's not only for the city of St. Louis, but it's also for many counties surrounding St. Louis on both sides of the river, because need doesn't know a boundary. It doesn't know there's a city line and a county line or a river that separates states. The need is there. Heat Up St. Louis, Cool Down St. Louis works to provide and fill that need for so many that need it. Drink your water. You can't drink enough water when it gets hot like this. Five on Your Side and all of the media people here, we're all in this together trying to spread the word that help is available, and that our city, while there's a lot of people that say a lot of bad things about St. Louis, we are underrated in all the good that goes on in this city and all the wonderful things that happen in this city. And this is one of those things that we need to celebrate. So stay safe, drink your water, get that air conditioning and use it so that you can stay safe. And this is especially for our seniors and especially for those with medical needs where the heat is and can be deadly if you're not taking action. Thanks.
Our final speaker for today will be representing our energy assistance agencies. Our energy assistance agencies are key to the success of this program. They work with Cool Down to distribute these 850 air conditioning units and are here today to load them up and get them to those in need as soon as possible. Oh. Why don't I go ahead with Linda, and then we'll go to Fire Chief. Okay, sorry, Chief. I didn't forget about you. I'm here all day. Okay, so representing the energy assistance agencies across the communities that we serve is Linda Fritz, who is a Cool Down Executive Board member and CSBG Director over NECAC, representing all of our outside partnering agencies in Missouri. Linda.
Thank you. As Tara spoke, we do cover a total of 12 counties, 3 of which are metro and 9 are in the rural areas. We greatly appreciate Ameren's donation of these air conditioners. With the rising temperatures, the need of our most vulnerable individuals in our neighborhoods is going to be increasing. These AC units will be saving lives. I encourage everyone to check on your neighbors to ensure that they are not victims of heat-related illnesses or overheating in any way. As we're all aware, the current economy prevents many from obtaining necessary items. By combining these AC units with the various utility assistance that we can find, lives can and will be saved. Again, Ameren deserves a huge thank you. Thank you.
Okay, and finally, last but definitely not least, No cool down event or heat up event would be the same without Chief Jenkinson. So let me please introduce Fire Chief Dennis Jenkinson, Fire Chief Association of Greater St. Louis and Chair, Health and Safety, Cool Down St. Louis Org, and numerous other community roles that he plays. Fire Chief, please.
Okay, well, good morning. Everybody knows it's hot. We'll try and wrap this up. Fantastic information here. It takes all these speakers, all the community partners, everybody to make this system work. As Scott talked about in the 80s, we had 15, 20, 30 people that we found dead in their homes. So with that, let's get out this weekend and check on your neighbors, check on your relatives, even if you just make a phone call. Let's make that phone call. Reach out to them. How are you doing? I was talking to the public information officer, Karen Mosby. He called his mother the other night, and she said, don't worry about it. It's cool in the shade. You've got to check on them. More importantly, you have to reach out and touch them if you're close enough. Feel the temperature of their skin, because this heat is cumulative. It builds up. And the older you get, the less you feel it. So we've done a good job over the past years. We have to do a better job this year. Let's use what we know from all the information that we received here today. Keep the air conditioners on. That's the big focus here. Keep these things on. If you go by somebody's house, a neighbor, a relative, and you don't hear the air conditioner, knock on their door and ask them why isn't it on. Check on them. We've got to keep them running. We have to keep them cool. I can't emphasize enough how important it is to stay smart. It's very hot, and we know that heat kills. As the days have gone on, our calls on the fire department and EMS service are starting to ramp up. Late in the afternoon is when our calls go up. Drink the water, stay indoors, limit your activity outside. Most importantly, as a region, as a community, as a village, let's band together and check on everybody. That's how we'll get through this. So, Cool Down St. Louis and these 850 air conditioners make a big deal, a big difference. We install these in people's homes as we see them on the streets, as we go to their homes when they have sick calls. They make a difference. We know it. They do save lives. So thank you, everybody. Let's save a life this weekend.